Today, we're wrapping up our 10 Commandments series. We've finally made it to the 10th commandment, and that means we're talking about coveting. The 10th commandment was unique in the ancient world. It turns out it's the only law that legislates thoughts, not just actions. We find it in Exodus 20:17. It says, "You must not covet your neighbor's house. You must not covet your neighbor's wife, male or female servant, ox or donkey, or anything else that belongs to your neighbor." Now, this one might seem a little bit archaic on the surface, but as we dig in, we're going to see that it still applies to all of our lives, even today. Let's begin with this. Sin starts in the heart. It's about the evil desires inside you, not just what comes out. Think about it in the context of all 10 commandments. Think about Commandment 9, don't lie. This isn't just a mouth issue. It started in your thought life. Or what about Commandment number 8, don't steal? Taking something from someone started in your head. Your thoughts are the things that eventually led to the act of stealing. Or how about the 7th commandment? Don't commit adultery. Jesus made this one clear in the Sermon on the Mount that this wasn't just about the act itself. We all know that sexual sin starts in your thought life. And we can go through each one of these commandments and see the idea embodied in the 10th commandment about coveting. It turns out that every sin starts in the heart. It's about the evil desires inside of you, not just what comes out. James 1 says it like this, starting in verse 14. Temptation comes from our own desires, which entice us and drag us away. These desires give birth to sinful actions, and when sin is allowed to grow, it gives birth to death. God obviously knew this principle before he gave the 10 Commandments to Moses on Mount Sinai. It's not enough to keep the letter of the law. God is interested in transforming his people, and that takes a heart change. Now, let's take a minute to define what coveting is all about. Coveting means that you're never happy with what you have. It's the insatiable attempt to take what isn't yours. Notice that the commandment doesn't say that we cannot admire our neighbor's house. It doesn't say that we cannot appreciate the beauty of our neighbor's wife or recognize the strength and utility of their ox or donkey. It says we must not covet those things. The New Testament digs a little deeper on this in James chapter 4. It says, "What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desires at war within you? You want what you don't have, so you scheme and kill to get it. You're jealous of what others have, but you can't get it, so you fight and wage war to take it away from them. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask God for it." And James drives the point home in verse 3. "And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure." That's the idea behind the sin of coveting, is it's all about you. You're not happy with what you have, and you want what someone else has so badly that you're considering taking it from them at any cost. So, what's the solution? Contentment and generosity are the keys to overcoming coveting. Like every antidote for sin, this requires a heart change. 1 Timothy 6, verse 6, "Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth." Contentment, it turns out, is the polar opposite of coveting. A content person recognizes that what they have is a gift from God. They're not trying to play God. They're not caught up in a pursuit of more. God is enough for them. That's what this verse is talking about. And later in the letter, Paul writes this to Timothy, "Teach those who are rich in this world not to be proud and not to trust in their money, which is so unreliable. Their trust should be in God, who richly gives us all we need for our enjoyment." He says, tell them to use their money to do good. They should be rich in good works and generous to those in need, always being ready to share with others. By doing this, they will be storing up their treasure as a good foundation for the future, so that they may experience true life. The truth is, if you're living in America, you are rich already. You might not realize it because of your covetous heart. Let God change your heart. And in time, that'll change your actions. That's what the 10 Commandments are really all about. It's not just about the letter of the law. It's about the spirit of the law. Love God, love people, and you'll experience inner transformation. That's the message of the Ten Commandments, and it's the message of the whole Bible.